What do you think about Mountain Valley spring water? So Mountain Valley spring water, I used to buy their water a lot, and I used to also buy their water in like the 5 gallon glass bottles. And I bought this little thing off Amazon that it's kind of like you charge it up, right? And it has like a little faucet on it, and I used to press the button, and it used to just fill up my cup with water. So I was rocking with Mountain Valley for I think I rocked with them for like probably like 1 or 2 years, years back, like back in 2019, 2020. And then I remember I remember running out of the 5 gallon bottles of water, and I went to Whole Foods, right? So I went to Whole Foods because I also used to like to buy them in a case, like a case of 12. And I bought a case of 12, and I came home and I attempted to drink some of the water. But then I noticed the water tastes off, like it tastes different. It didn't taste like how Mountain Valley normally tasted, right? And I'm like, nah, something's up. Okay, like I knew the energy of the water, the taste of the water, it didn't taste the same anymore, right? And I just never bought from them ever again from that. I'm like, nah, something's up. And once my spirit kind of tells me like something's off with this, I listen to my spirit. 2 months ago, I was on Instagram, and I think there is a brother that I follow on here. I think his name is Scott Bernard or thing, and he actually made a post exposing that company for contaminated water, or apparently they must have sold out to some other company and the water is no longer clean water anymore. It has been tested to have all kind of stuff inside of it. So I made a comment. I'm like, okay, damn, no wonder, I didn't want to mess with the water no more. Like I felt something was off too. So that was like double confirmation for me that something was off with it. So yeah, that's not a water that I'll ever be touching again. Okay, so yeah, so that's my whole take on that water. Somebody says me too as well. What are your thoughts about them using nanotechnology in fast food chains? This interact with 5G networks. Um, so my whole thoughts is stay away from that bullshit. Because again, God have given you the food. God have given you the food directly off the tree or directly from the plant. Okay, we have to get away from these fast food to begin with. Fast food only kills you faster. There's no benefit in eating fast food. It has a low nutritional profile. You're not getting no kind of a nutrients or elements. Like there's no benefit in consuming fast food than simply to commit slow motion suicide. So my whole take on this, if you value your life, if you love yourself, avoid fast food at all costs. Act like it doesn't exist. Don't ever go back to none of them establishments and buy that shit ever again. Each time you go there, you're reaffirming that you just don't give a fuck about yourself. You don't love yourself at all. You see? You're consciously making a decision to violate your own temple. And people who does that kind of a thing, as I said before, um, I try my best to avoid people that I see consciously make decision to put themselves in harm, because what would you do to me? If you don't have the integrity and the self-loyalty to prioritize your health and your well-being and your mental state, what the fuck would I want to be hanging out with you or be friends with you for? Like, what would you do to me if you're going to do that to you? This shit is serious. This is a spiritual warfare at this point. It's not something to play around with. Okay? So again, stay away from that. Okay? Consider you being on this live as a warning. Because they've been feeding a lot of y'all aborted children and all that kind of stuff, and human meat. A lot of y'all a lot of y'all you've been like you've ate so much people already and don't even know. A lot of y'all right now watching this video, you've ate so much people, so much human beings you've ate. And remember, you already came in agreement with the devil because you ate it. It's not like that. Listen, at the end of the day, you have to understand how things work spiritually and energetically. They didn't force you. You didn't do the research. You turn away from God. God giving you fruit, giving you food, as the Bible says. fruits and seed for food. You turn away from what God gave you and went to a man-made establishment to eat processed meats and animals and you and other human beings. And the fact that they never forced you came to their establishment. You have to understand how these stuff work. They didn't come to your house and hold you down and force it down your throat, right? You jumped in your car, you drove there, you entered the drive-through, and you took out your credit card and you pay for what they're selling. Initially, they did not commit any karmic violation or accumulate any karmic debt. You went there of your own free will, of your own volition, and you bought and ate those human beings. This is just what it is. Okay? So whatever the consequence is for that, you're gonna have to face it. You can be like, oh yeah, but I didn't know. Doesn't matter, you came into agreement with it. Remember, okay, you remember the movie Sinners? That's what it was truly really about. They're trying to tell you that, hey, the devil can only attack you when you open up the doors or you let the devil in. How do you let the devil in? Through association. Through your choices. It's kind of like if you go to a strip club, are you going to complain that that strip club shit is happening to you? No, you go to the strip club, you're about to run up into some succubus and Jezebels and other lustful demons up in there like men who's going there to buy sex and sexual energy. If you go into a strip club, you cannot complain that strip club shit is happening to you. You went there. You came into agreement with it. You open up the doors. Now the demons and the devils can attack you. You have to open up the door for the devil to attack you. You see, the devil can't just pounce on you or demons can't just pounce on you that way. Normally you have to come into agreement with it by either association or the choices that you make. No difference from, okay, no difference from if you're hanging out with somebody who sells drugs. You're always in a car with somebody who's going around selling drugs and they got pulled over and they catch the person with the drugs. Even though you're innocent and you don't sell drugs, just by association, you're going to jail too. You see what I'm saying here? So understand how things work energetically. That's why our grandparents always used to say, show me your friends and I tell you who you are. Because whoever you associate with, you're not operating under the bandwidth of that energy just by association. So it's your choices and your association are ways of how you open up the doors and let the devil in. So the fact that you drive to their establishment and buy the human meat burgers, you came into agreement with that. So whatever the consequence is going to be, you're going to have to face it. Okay, you were never supposed to be there in the first place because God giving you food. So that's what it is. Greetings, 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 tribe. Welcome back to the space. Okay, is dementia? How will it take to? Okay, got it. So I'm not entirely sure if you're completely new to the healing space, but we don't use the word cure. So like asking a question, is this curable and how to cure it? We don't use that word. Okay, those are our incriminating words. As you already know, they own that word. Anybody who claims to cure anything, okay, because they own the word. They've trademarked and coined the word. So we don't use that word within the space. We use the word heal or reverse. So the question should be, um, you know, can you heal dementia? How do you go about healing oneself from that condition of dementia? And I can give you the information that you need. So for anybody else who's here that's watching, we do not use the word cure. We also do not claim to cure anything. Okay? Right. Now, particular dementia, dementia is caused by what? Aluminum in the brain. Dementia and Alzheimer does not exist without the presence of aluminum in the brain. Now, where does the aluminum comes from? Okay, the aluminum is going to come from what? Your deodorant, For everybody on YouTube, I really didn't realize that at first when we was on that the microphone wasn't on, so I ended up missing the whole entire session. You guys didn't hear nothing we're talking about. If you are here with me right now, based on the fact that I'm still kind of like new on YouTube, can you guys go ahead and share this live for me, please? Everybody who's on YouTube, can you share this live for me? So, everybody else know that we're actually live. If you're just not coming on Instagram, can you also share this live for me? I would appreciate it. Okay, just so that I can get past the threshold of the shadow banning. Okay. All right. So, dementia, it does not exist without the presence of heavy metal. Okay, which is aluminum, particularly aluminum. Now you may ask and be like, oh, so where does the aluminum come from? Your deodorant. Okay, go get your deodorant right now and take a look in the back and tell me what you see. You see aluminum. Next, you cook in aluminum pots. We've been talking about this for years. Get rid of aluminum pots. Get rid of non-stick pots, especially non-stick pots. They're coated with Teflon, releasing 48 different chemicals and metals into your food every time you eat it. Okay? Now, I know maybe some of y'all are more like health conscious and you're like, oh, yeah, but I don't have no aluminum pots in my house. I've been got rid of them. Okay, congratulations. But you're always out eating food at the restaurants. You're always popping out with your friends, right? Eating out. What kind of pot do you think that they're cooking them food in? Aluminum pots. Okay, I mean some very high-end restaurants or chefs that are more health conscious would use like stainless steel, but most of your restaurants are using aluminum pots. Sorry. So more heavy metals into your food, into your brain. Okay. Then we have the aluminum foils. A lot of y'all, you like to roast stuff in aluminum foils. More heavy metals into your body. So without the presence of aluminum in the brain, dementia or Alzheimer does not exist. Also, for anybody who don't believe me because you've been programmed and told that it's something else and oh, it's just aging in the brain, go do your own research. It's actually clinically studied and proven that dementia does not exist without the presence of, or Alzheimer, without the presence of aluminum in the brain. Okay, so you got a supercomputer in your hand, call it iPhone, go research it. Okay, when you go to Google, go to DuckGo, type in DuckGo search engine, because sometimes as well, when it comes to any credible information, these days when you go to Google, they tend to be filtering out truthful information and basically bringing their own article to the top to make you believe some other shit. Oh, this is not true. Independent scientists and researchers have claimed. Bullshit. That's what they do to people. So you want to use a different search engine that's not filtering out nothing, which I use DuckGo. So when you go to Google, you can type in DuckGo search and you can just go there and search from the DuckGo. Listen, as an experiment, I want you to try this. Go on Google and search anything at all, anything random. Then go to DuckGo and search the same thing. And notice how it's like you find so much more information there that Google literally hides from you. Especially anything regarding health or herbs or, you know, any kind of a method or anything of healing, anything that really benefits a person or truthful information, they're gonna filter it away so that you don't see it. Then they're gonna put some kind of a article or whatever they want you to believe right there for you to click on it. Okay, you have to understand how this MK Ultra and mind control again. Everything is mind control. Okay. All right. So moving forward. Anyway, so you have to do heavy metal cleansing, heavy metal detoxing to get the aluminum out of the brain. Okay. The tamarind juice is also good because it decalcifies the pineal gland and pull heavy metals out of the brain, specifically aluminum as well. So the tamarind juice is good. The natural chlorophyll drinks is good. Spirulina, chlorella, those things are also good to pull heavy metals out of the body. Okay. Yes. All right. Now let's move down to the next question here. You know what? Give me a second here. Before I continue to answer question, let me just put these beans to basically boil so that while we're going through the question, when it's done, I can actually cook something. Okay, because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be eating yet, but I'm feeling, So these are the beans that we soaked yesterday. Okay, so these come from Greece. As you guys already know, most of anything that I consume, okay, I'm very big on things from Greece because it be truly really organic. It be truly really super healthy for you. And I normally get their chickpeas, but look how large these beans comes out when they're soaked. Okay, they call these giant beans. Okay, these are about to be so good. So let me just put these to. I'm gonna put them to boil in my programmable pressure cooker. I really like the programmable pressure cooker. I can just put it in there, right? Put the timing on there. Boom boom. I need this to be cooked for 10 minutes. It's gonna do the job. Turn off. Ready for me when I'm done. All right. So let me just put this in here. Then I'm gonna come back to answer your questions real quick. Okay, so we're gonna be in the space for probably the next 2 to 3 hours. So if you're here with me, grab your glass of water or something, get comfortable, make your cup of tea. We're within the space tonight. I'm gonna try to get to everybody's question tonight, all right? I'm gonna try to get to everybody's question tonight. Damn, why it's sticking like that? Get out. Get out of there. Hmm, okay. Oh, I guess it's because they expanded, like they all expanded amongst each other, and that creates like a okay. How do you help somebody with traumatic brain injury? So with traumatic brain injury, obviously, right, you're wanting to use herbs that's good for the brain. Okay, like gotu kola, like valerian root that acts upon the brain and the nervous system, basically. Oxygenate the brain, stuff like blue vervain. And then you want to utilize stuff like lion's mane mushroom, right? Lion's mane, chaga mushroom, turkey tail mushroom, reishi mushroom, that all helps the brain. So basically, Bumbaklad. You okay, so you want to throw everything that you have that's going to benefit the brain. Okay? And I would also recommend meditation as well. You can heal from anything. I'm not saying that there's a quick, easy fix specifically for it, but throw everything that you have at it. Okay? Find everything in nature that helps the brain to recover. Okay? Also, sound frequency can help with traumatic brain injuries too. Sound frequency. Okay? For instance, you can get like you can make the person go to bed listening to like waterfalls, or you can get something that can play sound frequency. You see, because sound frequency also regenerate your cells as well, because everything is energy, frequency, vibration, right? You see, so use everything, use everything at your disposal. All right, so we got the beans. Add some more water, not a lot, not a lot. All right, so we're gonna make some. We're also gonna make some liver flush as well with the grapefruit, and we'll make some grapefruit juice. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of salt in it. Damn, I have the last, I have the last amount of salt up in here, and it's like one big block. How am I gonna break it? Okay, that kind of work. That kind of work a little bit. Okay, good. Okay, not too much now. I got to leave something to cook. but I definitely gotta get salt tomorrow. All right. Oh, you like the tone of the bell? I like putting mixed beans in when I make vegetable fritters. Oh, that's interesting, goddess. What are you making? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I'm making as yet. Okay. Also, okay, so you guys call it white beans. Okay, greetings. I would like to know about the storage condition of one of your product. It's about the product in the small intracellular detox package. All right, so the small intracellular detox package, once you get it, okay, just keep it in the fridge. Okay, once you open it, just keep it in the fridge or keep it, you can keep it in a cool, dry place, right? But just keep it in the fridge and you're good. Okay. How do you heal from type 2 diabetes? My mom has it. She eats too much bad foods too. Well, there you go, brother. You first have to get her to stop eating the foods that are destroying her pancreas. Generally, you heal diabetes by healing your pancreas, but first removing what's causing harm to the pancreas, right? And bitter melon can help, cucumber juice can help, and a clean diet. And then a parasite cleanse will help. Are black beans good? Um, I'm not entirely sure. I don't really eat black beans. I never like looked deeply into it. Okay, but generally when it comes to beans, chickpeas is like the best or very alkaline. Generally, all other beans tend to be like somewhat acidic in a form. Okay, so yeah, but okay. So here's what: if you eat it, okay, if you eat a certain kind of a bean and it's working for you, like your body accepts it, then you can kind of like listen to your body over theories or concept. Okay, that's the thing. So if you find that by eating the beans, it's doing something for you and you feel good, you feel strong, and it's not harming you in any way, you can most likely get away with it, basically. Okay? But obviously, you know that chickpeas is said to be the best bean because it's very alkalizing in a sense, right? Yeah. All right, so let me put this on and I'm going to come back to answer your questions really quick. All right. Gonna put it on for, let me see here. Gonna put it on for, so we're gonna steam it. I feel like 9 minutes. I feel like 9 minutes. 9 minutes should be enough to basically get that done. 9 minutes should be good. All right, so these are what we're gonna be juicing. So we're going to juice the grapefruit, but we're going to use the manual press to juice the grapefruit. We're not going to use the electric juicer because like you gotta peel all the grapefruits. That's too much. The manual press, boom, faster, better. So there's a place and a time. There's a place and a time for everything. Lentils, yeah, I actually like lentils too. Not too much lentils, but I do tend to like lentils. I like to have full body detox kit and something for iron, magnesium, and copper. Okay, iron, magnesium, copper. You can get that from consuming sea moss and bladderwrack. Okay, burdock root also. Dandelion contains a lot of copper, right? Magnesium, you get that from natural chlorophyll because natural chlorophyll is magnesium. So those things are basic minerals, really, not hard to get at all. But start off with the colon, parasite, and lymphatic cleanse, and then move on to the liver, the blood, and the kidney cleanse. Okay, do a full body cleanse, but first starts at the foundation. Is HIV related to memory loss treated the same as dementia? No, HIV is caused by a parasite, the Philoskopia parasite, when it gets into the thymus gland. Okay, but generally any compromise of your body and your organs will somewhat facilitate different malfunctioning of the body in different areas because everything works together as like a family. So if something is wrong with one part of the body, best believe it's going to affect another part of the body. Okay? Hmm. So this is the last of what we made last night. Uh, and so here's what I want to do. Okay? Here's what I want to do. I have quinoa and I have fonio. So I have quinoa and I have fonio. So obviously, as you guys already know, quinoa is very good, especially when it comes with like the mineral content for your body. If you're trying to gain weight, trying to build muscle, all of that, okay, quinoa is really, really good. Fonio is more smaller than quinoa. But fonio is an ancient grain from West Africa. So the fonio is revered to be the most nutritional dense grain on the whole planet Earth, which means that there's no other grain that contains more minerals and nutrients than fonio. So when it comes to making cereal, if you're looking to basically make something for your baby that's going to be super healthy for your baby, we're literally talking about fonio. Okay? Best cereal, literally. Now, there's two ways how you can make it. You can make it like rice, or you can make it into a cereal. I normally use, as you can tell, the last time we made porridge or cereal with it, and it came out to be so sensational, I almost did not want it to finish. I was like taking my baby time, like eat a little bit, leave a little bit for the next day, eat a little bit, because I just didn't want it to be finished. Now, I've never tried making it like how you'd make rice. Okay, so I'm gonna try that now. Okay, I'm gonna pour a little bit into the pot and try to cook it like rice and see how that turns out. Just because I'm curious. Okay, now here's what I recommend for you to be consuming. For everybody who be like, yo, but I can't have white rice no more, blah 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 blah. Okay, here's the rule. Okay, here's the rule. We're not gonna talk about this again. Okay, this is the last time we're gonna have this conversation, so I want you to pay attention. Okay. Um, for everybody who's just not coming in, can you share this live for me, please? YouTube, can you all share the live for me? On Instagram, can you all share this live for me, please? I would really appreciate it. I purchased dinosaur kill today. You're gonna love it. Okay, gratitude for everybody who's sharing the live for me. Thank you. So everybody else can know that we're live. Okay, thank you. Okay, so here's what it is, and we're not gonna talk about this again. You're not supposed to be eating white rice or brown rice. I don't give a shit if it's jasmine rice. Oh, but but I don't eat normal white rice. I eat jasmine rice. Who gives a shit? It's still the same trash. Did God make that? No, God did not give you no wild rice, no brown rice, or no jasmine rice. God gave you wild rice. Okay? So, this is a higher quality wild rice than this. So, like, when you go to Whole Foods, you will find this kind of wild rice. You know, this it's like a little bit more darker. I know that the camera is not really doing justice, right? This one is more like dark brown. So this is more like better quality. So I got two quality of wild rice, but it's still wild rice. Okay? Let me see if I can give you somewhat of a visual. Because right now I'm just showing you some stuff in a bag and you can't even see what it look like. Some of y'all, you already know. Okay, let me see if that works. I know with the camera angle, probably not really doing that much justice. Oh, hold up. Okay, I almost messed up my camera. Hold up. Oh, bumbo clock. Now we got wild rice I drop on the ground. All right, so this is wild rice. Okay? And this is what God made. not white rice. Okay? This is healthy for you. Full of fiber, full of zinc, full of copper. You just need to soak it. Okay, soak it a couple hours before you make it. So this is what naturally comes from nature. Okay, the reason why you've been used to eating white rice all your life, because what? That is something that they've genetically modified for it to produce fast, because they want something that they can have to be selling. Oh, YouTube, here we go. Okay, this is the wild rice. Okay, so the reason why you notice in every supermarket, in every restaurant, everywhere you go, it's the same garbage ass white rice, because they genetically modified it so that it can grow pretty fast. No difference from the white chicken, which is a clone animal of the African jungle fowl. They made that shit in a laboratory so that it can grow pretty fast so they can have more to sell and make money. Remember, natural grains or natural foods basically comes in season. It'll come in different season. Notice after a while something is in season, like mango, there's no more mango. Then ackee comes in, like everything comes in season by nature, right? So they figured a way how to have this stuff all the time producing fast so that they can keep on selling and selling and selling. That's how they end up creating the white rice, or the brown and the white rice, which is a fake version of the real rice that God gave you. Okay? So if you want to be healthy, you need to stop eating white rice. Don't ever put that shit in your mouth ever again. Okay? Buy you some wild rice. Okay? So we're not going to have this conversation again. If you continue to eat that shit and you end up with a disease and end up killing you, then that's on you. Okay? That's on you sacrificing your life. You can't say, hey, I didn't know any better. Oh, I didn't know. I told you. Okay? So here are the grains that are acceptable for you to eat: wild rice, quinoa, fonio. You don't need anything else than this. Okay, these give you all the minerals and nutrients that you need. It's not going to kill you. You will never have a single disease eating these natural grains that God naturally gave to you. And this is what I keep trying to bring across for you guys to understand. Okay, this is what you guys need to understand. The reason why you're sick is because you've been eating stuff that's altered. Think about it. If you eat natural foods and it gave you a disease, then wouldn't that mean that God made a mistake in the architectural design of the universe? And y'all say God is all knowing. Divine intelligence not gonna make no mistakes, right? It is the architect of the whole entire universe and life within every layers of existence. So to say that you can get a disease or get sick from eating natural food is fucking ridiculous. So we know that to have a disease is not normal. It's not normal. It's literally your body fighting to stay alive, and the symptoms that you're experiencing is your body trying to cope under the stress of the inflammatory shit that you've put inside of it. You're posing your temple by listening to these people who tell you, hey, eat more animals for protein, eat rice and all this kind of stuff. Same thing when it comes to the flour that make up your bread and your biscuits and your dough and your croissant and your waffles and your pancakes. The wheat that that flour is made from didn't come from God. They genetically modified that shit. The only kind of flour you can get away with is like spelled flour. So you guys are still not getting it as to why you're sick. The food was made and designed to do exactly what it's doing to you. I'm not going to keep coming on here telling you the same thing over and over again. Okay? Definitely not. So I'm giving you all the information that you need. At some point, I'm gonna head back off into the jungle. Okay? And when you guys want to come see me or come to my retreat, you can come. I'm not going to be on here fighting with the algorithm, fighting with these social media platforms for banning me and censoring me for just giving you the right information that you need. And y'all are still not applying the information. That's the crazy part about it. I got to go through all this shit to give you the information you need for you to stay healthy, and you're still not applying the information. I still come online, check, go on some of y'all's story. I still see you, on your way to work with coffee. I still see you pouring pancakes, pouring syrup on pancakes and shit like that. And I'm like, I can't believe that you've been on the live for so many years and you still don't love yourself. This is crazy to me. So, yeah. So anyway, we're not going to talk about this again. Okay, we're not going to talk about this again. If you know better, do better. Okay. So I'm gonna try to cook. I'm gonna cook a little bit of this fonio as in a rice style. I've never done it before, but other people do it online. And then okay, and then I'm gonna then we're gonna make the grapefruit juice. Let's see. So I just sauteed the mushroom in this, so I kind of wanted to catch a flavor. So I'm gonna leave some of the gravy in there a little bit, so you can keep that flavor still. So just a quick little experiment. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, let's see what happened. I normally make cereal with it. I've never tried to cook this like rice, but people do cook it like rice. So this is gonna be my first time making it like rice. I've always just used it to make cereal. So we're gonna find out now. Okay. All right, so low heat, low temperature. So we're gonna keep that on 4. All right. So it's on low temperature. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Yep, fonio is very, very good. Ever since I started listening to you, I've been boiling and drinking rosemary every day, and the results have been amazing. While I eat once a day, what can I eat to ensure that I will have all the right nutrients? Very, very good. And I'm glad that you've actually started to apply the knowledge, right? And gain your own experience through the process. So very, very good. Stay consistent. And you realize that you're getting benefit, stay on course. Okay, just stay on course with it, right? And keep applying that pressure. Now, what else can you consume to give yourself more of a wider spectrum of nutrition? I'm going to have to recommend sea moss, and I do recommend the natural sea moss though, not the sea moss that look like ramen noodles. I understand on the internet, you guys have been subjected for quite a long time to with fake sea moss, okay? But let me show you what you actually need, okay? So you don't want the sea moss that look like ramen noodle. You want to get the Conjus crispus sea moss, okay? And this is what the real sea moss looks like. I know you can't really see it through the bag, right? I've shown you all before when you put it in water how it grows and come back to life instantly. So even this 2-ounce bag of sea moss turns to 6 pounds. Once you put this in water right now, it literally grows instantly and come back to life. Big plant, right? And it's dense in iron, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, calcium, iodine for the thyroid gland, sea moss. Now, if you don't want to make sea moss gel, let's just say you don't want to make the sea moss gel, even though I do recommend because you get so much more, right? You can get the sea moss in capsule form, okay? So what we did, We ran the sea moss through our grinder or hammer mill grinder machine, and it turns it out into powder form. Okay, then we have the powder form by itself. Okay, so you can order just the sea moss in powder form. Okay, or you can order it in capsule form, especially if you're traveling, you just want to put it in your bag, put it, in your carry-on or whatever, or your handbag, whatever not, and you can carry your sea moss with you, carry it to work, and you can just take your sea moss throughout the day if it's more convenient for you to do so. So we carry it in three forms: the natural form, which you'll soak, right? Add a little bit of heat, turn it to gel, or we have it in a powder form. You can take it directly in a powder form or put it in your smoothie or whatever not, your porridge, whatever you want to do with it. And we have it in the capsule form. So sea moss is going to cover most of the minerals that your body need. It's very highly and dense in minerals. Okay? Yeah. All right, let's move along to the next question. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually we're gonna juice these grapefruits in the meantime. We're gonna juice these in the meantime. Greetings, greetings. How to heal an abscess in the gum from cause of root canal? Do coconut oil pulling. Okay, now, coconut oil pulling is gonna be your friend because it pulls out inflammation from around the gums. Even if you have like a gum infection, a toothache, or anything regarding to the gum with a gum disease, do coconut oil pulling. Okay, and it's very simple. You get some cold pressed coconut oil, right? And then you put around 2 tablespoons of it, right, in your mouth, and you just hold it for like 15-20 minutes. Then you can just spit it out, basically, brush your teeth. And you want to do the coconut oil pulling like once or twice a day, very frequently, and it's going to also pull in inflammation or abscess, any kind of inflammation is going to pull it out. Okay, coconut oil is also antibacterial, as you already know. Okay, so coconut oil pulling is going to be your friend. All right. Yes, and clove as well. Clove is also good. Is there a way to treat lung leaking fluid? Slipper elm bark. Use slipper elm. Slipper elm generally seals up. It seals up any kind of a puncturing, specifically like the intestines, to be honest. But the slipper elm bark can mend up different organs as well. So I would recommend the okra water because you're looking for something that have more like a mucilagous, slimy consistency, right? Because that's what the body used to mend up and heal. So I would say get on the okra water, right? And then also the nopal water as well. Get the nopal cactuses, cut them up inside of a container, pour water on them for like 2 to 3 hours, pour it off, drink it just like the okra water, and utilize the slippery bark as well. Now, in terms of for the lungs, I would say definitely start to utilize some mullein. Everybody know at this point that mullein strengthens the lungs. It's going to heal the lungs. It's going to remove inflammation from the lungs. And I will also look into doing a parasite cleanse, but later on first. So start off with the slippery bark, the okra water, the nopal water, right? And also using the mullein, which strengthen and heal the lungs by moving inflammation. Okay? Good. Which form is best recommended with the sea moss? It really does not matter. It's the same sea moss, literally. So whether you take it in the gel form, same sea moss, whether in powder form, capsule form, doesn't matter. It's the same sea moss. Okay. So in any case, you're getting the same minerals. It's just about the convenience of how some people like it in a powder form just because they want to take it in their smoothie. Because keep in mind, right? There's people who likes the taste of sea moss, and there's people who just do not like the taste of sea moss. Some people don't like the taste of it at all. They're like, yo, this tastes like the ocean. This tastes like fish skin. Some people really don't like the taste, and those people will opt to go with the capsule form because they don't like the taste. We have other people who likes the sea moss in their smoothie and they up that they want it in a powder form. We know other people who likes it in the gel form to add it to everything. They put it on their skin, use a face mask, right? They put it in their smoothie, put it in their soups, like, so, yeah. That's why we have it in 3 different forms, but it's all the same thing regardless. Okay? Goddess, okay, Goddess asks, what kind of coconut oil? Just cold pressed coconut oil, love. Just cold pressed coconut oil. Oh, the fonio is cooking so fast. Hold on, let me reduce the heat. This is interesting. I didn't expect it to cook this fast. Let me see something. Okay. Okay, I guess you need to cook a little bit more. Oh, wow, this is fast. Like, look how it looks. That is so quick. I guess I gotta add a little bit more water though. The water kind of run out so fast. Hmm. Do I like it like this though? I'm not sure if I like it in a like in the rice form. I like it in a cereal, but I'm not sure if I like it in this form though. I mean, it's an experiment anyway. It's an experiment anyway, so yeah. You're not gonna like every kind of experiment. Okay, what about the liver? Okay, so we have liver cleanse, but remember we talked about the fact that it's not difficult to cleanse the liver. Obviously, understand that you want to consume bitter things. Whatever is bitter for you is sweet to your liver. Okay? Dandelion greens. We talk about juicing the dandelion greens with the cilantro and some celery. Celery is also good at killing the fluke parasites inside of the liver. Okay? So, but dandelion greens will cleanse the liver. Dandelion root also purify and cleanse the liver as well. Burdock root, very good on purifying the liver as well. Okay? And blessed thistle, you can find that on our website as well. But it's best for you just to get the liver cleansing, the liver life tea, and the liver life capsules from us, and that will take care of all of your liver condition. Of course, it will require you to eat healthy as well. Okay, I know a lot of y'all, you're just trying to look for like a quick fix. We don't do quick fixes. You're going to implement that lifestyle change. Okay, whether you like it or not, if you want the result, you're going to implement the correct lifestyle change. Okay, that's going to help you. All right, so let me kind of show you what the liver cleanse look like. I don't think I have any label for it right now, so you just have to go with it without the label. Okay, so this here is the liver life. We don't have a label on this right now, but this is the liver cleanse. So notice you get the liver life capsules. It come with the capsules. Well, it doesn't come with the capsules. You can order the capsules separately because some people they want to run away from the teas. As I've said before, you need to be tasting the bitterness. You can't live your whole entire life being addicted to sugar and salt. Your taste buds contains 360-degree flavor profile. You need to consume stuff that's sour, pungent, bitter, spicy, all of that. Every day of your life, you just want to get up and you want something sweet. The moment, you have to consume something that's not sweet for your health, you want to complain and call asking me if you can put sugar in it. No. Y'all got to stop the bullshit. Stop talking, oh, can I put sugar in it? Can I put honey in it? No. You're a grown adult. Okay? I see you on the story drinking Hennessy and that shit did not taste good. That shit does not taste good. Okay? So you need to consume bitter things. Drink the herbs and take the capsules. Drink the herbs and take the capsules. Yes, it's bitter. Yes, it doesn't taste appealing. That's fine. This is not about your pleasure. This is about your organs and your body healing. Okay? Now, also what I recommend you can do, if you're finding it very hard to deal with the bitters, right? Here's what you can do. You can get an orange, or you can get a grapefruit, and you peel your orange or your grapefruit because citrus is able to remove the bitterness immediately. Get an orange or get a grapefruit, and you're gonna peel it, and then you're gonna put it down, and then make your tea and bring your tea to like room temperature. Okay, bring it to like room temperature, and then you can just chug it in one go. Okay, just chug it in one go. Turn the whole thing to your head and just chug it to one go. And then right after, you grab your orange and you just start to eat your orange or your grapefruit and remove the bitter taste, and boom. Within 2 minutes, it's over with. Okay? But if you continue to only consume sweet shit or shit that tastes good, your liver will never be healthy. It will never be healthy, unfortunately. That's how God designed it. This is how the universe designed it. So you got a choice to make. Okay, but you can, if you go on the website, you can find the Liver Life, and you can look for the Liver Life capsules as well. I would recommend getting both. So you will basically do a cup of tea in the morning, a cup of tea in the evening, alongside 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules in the evening. You're going to go to the supermarket and get that dandelion greens and the cilantro and the parsley and the celery, apples and ginger. You're going to run that through your cold press juicer, and you're going to have that dandelion greens green juice daily, as well as you're purifying and cleansing your liver. Okay? You're going to stay on a clean diet. No animal products, no processed sugar, no processed foods, no dairy products. Do you want to heal or not? Or you want to keep making excuses and being weak to some artificial foods that God never intended for you to have? Do you love yourself enough? We're going to see. All right. Let me check this out again here. I didn't even put no salt in it because I barely have enough more salt. I just made it the way it is. What type of experiment is this? But I ain't gonna lie. It's giving, like, look, it's really giving rice though. Like, it's actually giving rice. It's just that it's like, I normally make cereal out of it, not rice out of it. However, in West Africa, this is how they make rice. This is their version of rice. And don't underestimate it. It's very nutritionally dense, but I just don't know if I like it this way. Mm, mm, I don't know. Or is it because I didn't put no salt in it? It's just so bland for me. Oh, you know what? You know, see, I'm gonna put more water in it and let it go a little more. It's giving me that shelly vibe. I want it to be a little more softer than that. Honestly though, I wanted quinoa. Quinoa is what I really wanted, and I'm like, yo, let me just try this as an experiment. How about soursop bitters? I have that in the morning with lemon water. I'm garbage. Okay. Anything that you see that can just sit there in stores on the shelf for months, that's trash. I see everybody soursop bitters, garbage. Do you know anybody who took that stuff and healed from nothing with that? Okay, what are they putting inside of that for it to be sitting there in shelf? Like, I see that stuff in supermarkets for months just sitting on the shelf. I would never put something like that in my body. Okay. I found some kidney wood today. I remember you mentioned it on a live a couple weeks ago. I was so hyped. Yes. Boil the kidney wood, okay? Make you some tea and keep boiling that kidney wood until nothing is left out of it. Because remember, you can keep boiling that same piece because it's very strong and dense. Powerful stuff. Can I cook in a brass pot? Not sure why I have stopped eating meat since November 2025. Well, you've just done yourself a major favor because if you're still here in 2026 eating meat, you just don't give a fuck about yourself, literally. You're just up for a sacrifice at that point. So, congratulations for, prioritizing your health and your well-being and leave those dead carcasses behind and not keep reintroducing more parasitic entities to your body and uric acid and carbonic acid and all the other filth and injections and vaccine that they pump into those animals. So congratulations. Now, in terms of using brass pot, um, uh, uh, so the thing about brass pot is that it's not a pot that most people uses, and the pot that I know of that are very detrimental are in fact the aluminum pots and the Teflon pots, right? And the pots that are good for you to cook with is going to be cast iron and stainless steel, copper, ceramic pots, and glass pots. Those are the 5 pots that are good. But brass pots, that's interesting because I've never seen anybody with a brass pot before. So I can't say yes or no. I would have to do my research and see what that's about. Okay. So as for now, I don't have any say on the brass pot yet because it's not something I'm familiar with as the material that most pots are made out of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Can we get clean from the karma? I've stopped eating meat. Okay, the karma, generally, okay, so according to what I've learned about karma, right? Because remember, oh, what's this? Why the pot turn off on its own? Is this stove disobeying me, like, or is it overheat? Can't be overheated. What, for real? No way. Okay, I was about to say. I don't know why it turned off on its own. Like, how dare you? Right? All right, so here's what I know about karma. Okay, also, if you're just now coming in, can you share this live for me? Everybody who just now coming in, can you share this live for me? Thank you. I would deeply appreciate that. Okay, so here's what I know about karma. So everybody talks about karma, right? But nobody really mentions dharma. So you have karma and you have dharma. Clearly, karma is going to be generated from the negative things that you do or the negative energy that you exert or the negative energy that you project towards other people, other things out into the universe, because everything is energy. Okay? So if you're projecting negative energy out there, generally it's going to come back at you. That's why they say what goes around comes around, right? Then you're going to have dharma. Dharma is the positive things or the positive energy that you project towards others or out into the universe. The good deeds that you do for people that nobody sees. Okay? The space that you hold for other people that nobody knows about. The kindness that you've shown to people that only you and that person just knows about. Nobody even knows about it. You see, but all that good deeds of you helping others and assisting others in any way that you can, that's going to be your dharma. And that's also going to return back to you as well in different ways. That's why sometimes you see certain people are being very prosperous in life, or great opportunities and doors open up for them, and other people may be wondering like, yo, how, like, why? That person did something good for others, they've been helping others, but their work was not being publicized or displayed out there for clout or for acknowledgement. They were just naturally operating from the space of their heart and helping whoever they can with whatever they have or sharing whatever they have. And then, you see, all of that dharma of the good deeds that they've done kind of accumulated and crystallized into something great for them that comes back towards them. You see? And that's also one of the reasons why they talk about That's one thing that people who are jealous never really consider the fact that, hey, what did this person have to go through to get what they have? Is it? So from both end of the spectrum, some people work very hard and nobody ever seen when you were putting the hard work, the sleepless nights and the studies and everything. And once you achieve greatness, somebody's going to be jealous of you for it, and they're not even willing to put that level of work in that you did for you to achieve what you achieved, yet they want to be jealous and envious for your achievement. And then the other spectrum is also they're not even aware of all the good that you've done for others, as to why God or the universe is now blessing you with whatever you're receiving right now, yet they want to be jealous and envious towards you. You see what I'm saying? So but that's just kind of like a it's just a human condition. So you have to kind of like look past that sometimes, just keep moving forward. But yes, you have karma and you have dharma. Now, to answer the question specifically to what the brother's asking, like, how do you dissolve your or cancel out your karma, right? Now, this is what I've learned. Now, I'm not saying that this is a fact because I've never tried it. Okay, I don't have no karma at all. Literally, I doubt I have any karma at all. I've never harmed or hurt, steal, taken anything from a single person on this planet Earth from the day I was born up until now. Okay, I've made sure to keep my energy pure my whole entire life. So I'm very big on keeping myself pure. So I know for sure I don't have no kind of karma, right? However, what I've learned, because karma is something that you can generate karma based off your lifestyle, your choices, how you live, and the things that you do, right? That's how you generate negative karma. Or you hurt other people. So here's what I've learned through my studies, through the esoteric books, esoteric knowledge, occult knowledge, and also wisdom and knowledge that I've gotten from my own download, and also from a lot of Tibetan monks, master teachers who've here came way before us, and I've delved into their material and their thought waves and process. And they have this to say. They say that you can somewhat cancel out your karma by generating more dharma, in a sense. So it's to say, like, okay, if you have done something that was bad, but it was unintentional, keep in mind, I want you to focus on the intention though. Because if you intentionally did something, like planned it out, there's nothing you're going to do to cancel that out because you intentionally did it. But however, if you end up generating negative karma by doing something which was not intentional, which means that it was unintentional that you did it, and you generate some negative karma. They're saying that if you can perform enough dharma, enough good deeds, right, you can eventually relinquish that karmic debt. Because what? It's something that happened unintentionally, which you was not really aware of, but it still happened. So apparently, as to what they're saying, you can generate enough positive dharma, which would then cancel out that unintentional karmic debt that you've generated. Again, this is what I've read and came across, and it kind of makes sense. So I'm not telling you this is a fact, but at the same time, how much do we know about this world for us to deny the possibility of anything? So we have to keep our mind open to learn and expand, and learn how energy moves. Okay? So I'm just sharing with you all the gems or the tokens of wisdom that I've accumulated over my time span of being here so far. And I trust and hope that maybe some of it makes sense or it can assist you. I don't know. I don't know about the fonio. Maybe I have to eat it with something. Probably. Probably it's gonna taste better eating it with something. I'd like the gravy of something else with it. But right now, it's just like flat, kind of bland. I didn't put no salt in it because I was running out of salt and I want to save the salt to cook the beans. So I'm operating out of scarcity right now. Okay. All right. Okay, I missed somebody's question about olive leaf. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Okay. Needs seasoning of some sort or coconut cream and honey. Oh, big bro, if you need a good read, fuck with Wayne Clander, Ancient Future. Oh, that sounds interesting. Can you message me that? Just in case I forgot, because like I'm answering so much questions. I'm gonna try to lodge it into my subconscious mind to remember, to look it up later. So Ancient Future Wayne Chandler. But send me a message just to remind me, just in case. I don't think I'm gonna forget though, because my memory is superb, but still. Okay, God is asking, I've never tasted fonio. What does it taste like? So I would say it tastes similar like quinoa, but quinoa kind of tastes better. Okay, let's just kind of put it this way. The fonio doesn't have like a distinctive taste to it. It's more like it's flat, and you have to kind of like add whatever flavor you want it to 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 hold. If I'm explaining that correctly. So the fonio, it doesn't have no distinctive flavor to it. You can be like, yeah, this is fonio. Okay, it just has like a texture to it, and it's super nutrient dense, but you have to give it the flavor, basically. But you know, like quinoa have its own little unique flavor. So I would say quinoa definitely tastes better than the fonio, but the fonio contains more of a higher dense nutritional profile than the quinoa. Okay? Yeah. All right. I'm scrolling down trying to get to every single comment, so be patient with me here. Are you still doing the fast on the 22nd? You know what's so interesting? We're supposed to start the fast on the 5th of March until the 22nd, but I end up I had a lot going on, and that's why I end up kind of like postponing the fast. So now I'm thinking about making it April, around like April 5th to around April 22nd. So I'll update you guys on that with the Discord. Can you elaborate? Okay, can you elaborate on Sophia? I definitely can very soon. Okay, hi. Why is it that when I take olive leaf, the herpes flare up? Okay, good. Okay, the reason why whenever you take the olive leaf, the herpes flare up because it's killing them. Okay, it's killing them. So it's not that they're flaring up; it's killing them, and also they start to release their waste. Remember, whenever you get like a breakout or a flare, those are caused by what? The feces from the parasites and the urine from the parasite. That's what give a person a breakout. Okay, very very good question. Let me grab you some additional information. I got you right now. I got you right now. So, do you remember the studies that we did on the olive leaf? Okay, you remember that, right? So, let me show you exactly what's happening here. Okay, so it says here on olive leaf, from research and clinical experience to date. Okay, actually, since we have some new people here, let me just delve into this really quick. I'm gonna try a little bit of the fonio with what I have here, and with a little bit of gravy, and see if it make a difference. Because as of right now, I don't like the way it tastes, so I figure it needs to be put together with something else. So we're gonna answer the question of the person who asked why does their herpes flare up when they take the olive leaf, and that's exactly why you need to continue to take the olive leaf. You see, because it's actually doing its job. Okay, let me try the fonio with this food. Mmm. Okay, I see. Yeah, so the fonio is good, but you have to eat it with something else. That's more flavorful. Because if the fonio does not have a flavor of its own. Damn, it's good. It's really good with something else. So, can you all see what it look like? YouTube. So, no difference from like quinoa, but it just doesn't have a flavor of its own. So, put it with something and boom. Okay. Very good. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to saute the remaining beans that I have and the dinosaur kale. And I think I'm going to eat that with the rest of this fonio. This is pretty good together. Mmm. Very good. All right. Let's get into the study. Damn, that's good. Okay. Okay. They go together real nice. Now I know. Now I know. You see, sometimes you have to do things to the experience to learn. Because I made porridge with a fonio. I never made it in like a rice form. And then I was disappointed in the rice form because it tastes so flat and bland. But when you put it together with something with gravy that's flavorful, something magical happened there. They go together really well. Okay? Okay, so now we're going to be answering the question. Somebody asked, why do herpes flares up when you take the olive leaf tea? Okay? Now keep in mind that olive leaf directly destroys the herpes virus 1 and 2. Okay? That's why we have olive leaf inside of our parasite cleanse. Okay? That's why we have it in there. Because we use our parasite cleanse to eliminate anything. Whether HPV, HSV, whether HIV, whether lupus, autoimmune disease, parasites, whether leaky gut, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, parasites coming for every. Listen, I made a parasite cleanse to kill everything. Okay? Now, I know for a lot of people, you know, sometimes you want some extra supporting evidence. So I'm going to give you that evidence right here. So you're going to be learning something here tonight. For the people who've been here with me for these years, you're already kind of seasoned to all of this. You already know all of this stuff already. We've been through this already. But we have a lot of people who's coming here for the first time. So we're going to delve into the study really quick. I'm not going to go through the whole entire study just to give you a little bit of a, you know, hover over the surface level, but just to give you supporting evidence of that it's actually killing them. Okay? So it says here, olive leaf. Olive leaf was first used medicinally in ancient Egypt. It is gaining recognition as a powerful defender against sickness, and numerous scientific studies have been conducted to investigate the extract. Okay? The reported benefits of olive leaf is tremendous. Okay? Supporting cardiovascular system and the immune system. Contains 500 milligram of herb, blah, 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 blah. They're just giving like the amount that they've used in the studies. Okay. Olives are native to Asia, Minor and Syria, but are cultivated in the Mediterranean countries and also Chile, Peru, South Australia. Olive leaf was first used medicinally in ancient Egypt, was a symbol of heavenly power. Now that's very interesting to me. Again, olive leaf was first used medicinally in ancient Egypt. So ancient Egypt, when they had all the so-called pharaohs and gods or whatever, according to what they're saying, I was not there, so I can't tell you nothing about that. I'm just going by what they're saying. Okay, right? But it's saying that it was first used medicinally in ancient Egypt and was a symbol of heavenly power. Okay. Now I love me some olive leaf. You guys already know this already, right? I make olive leaf tea. I have olive leaf extract. I have them in a capsule form. I fuck with olive leaf heavy. Okay. All right. Anyway, so it was so in ancient Egypt, it's a symbol of heavenly power. It was also used to mummify the pharaohs. Now, when it comes to mummifying the pharaohs, they use myrrh gum. Why? Because myrrh gum is antibacterial. Same thing when it comes to um, bee pollen, like bee pollen, okay? And why honey can last for thousands of years if it's bottled up and stored, because what? It has a preserving element inside of it where it just can last forever, right? So, um, olive leaf is used to also mummify the mummies because what? It's antibacterial. So if it kills and repels any kind of a bad bacteria, there's nothing to break down the cells or the tissue or whatever matter in that sense. Just trying to give you some, some understanding of what's going on here. Okay, so it says olives leaf. Okay, olive leaf was first used medicinally in ancient Egypt and was a symbol of heavenly power. It was also used to mummify pharaohs. More recent knowledge of the olive leaf medicinal properties dated back to early 1800s when pulverized leaves were used in a drink to lower fever. A few decades later, green olive leaf were used in teas as a treatment for malaria. Modern health professional, modern, listen carefully. Modern health professionals first start using olive leaf extract in 1995 when it first became available, and although a long-term perspective like wasn't possible at the time, initial results are very positive. It is emerging as a very promising and unique herb with multiple applications. It shows considerable therapeutic action against many common conditions. Olive leaf extract is gaining recognition as a powerful defender against sickness, and numerous scientific studies have shown and have been conducted to investigate the extract beneficial properties. The reported benefits of olive leaf extract range from promoting increased energy and healthy blood pressure. So yes, it's also good for your blood pressure as well. Okay? So the reported benefits, okay, of olive leaf extract range from promoting increased energy and healthy blood pressure to supporting the cardiovascular system and the immune system. From research and clinical experience to date, let me just reiterate this specific part for the brainwashed people, okay? Because you guys' brain are so dense, I have to kind of like prove shit to you, okay? Listen, from research and clinical experience. Notice, research and clinical experience to date, we can say that supplemental olive leaf may be beneficial in the treatment for a condition caused by or associated with a virus, retrovirus, bacterium, protozoa Among these treatable conditions are influenza, the common cold, candida infections, meningitis, Epstein-Barr virus, okay? Herpes 1 and herpes 2, okay? And they have human herpes virus 6 and 7. I didn't even know they had 6 and 7 too. They have all kind of different, but it's come from the same parasite. Doesn't matter, right? Shingles, herpes zoster, HIV AIDS, okay? Chronic fatigue, hepatitis B, pneumonia, tuberculosis, gonorrhea, malaria, okay? Dengue fever, basically urinary tract and surgical infections. Many people who live a stressful life or who may be particularly susceptible to cold and viruses may benefit from a long-term use of olive leaf as a preventative agent. Some patients have expressed other unexpected benefit of olive leaf, including improved psoriasis, normalization of heartbeat irregularities, diminished cravings because obviously kill parasites, less pain from hemorrhoids, toothache, and chronically achy joints. In the early 1900s, scientists isolate a bitter compound called, can't pronounce that word, from olive leaf that was thought to give the olive leaf its tree disease resistant. Okay, so for whoever just asked why are they getting like a flare up of the olive leaf, the herpes flare up, because it's killing them. Remember, you cannot heal without experiencing your toxins leaving. So listen, keep taking it, keep taking it, keep killing them. Take activated charcoal though. Take the activated charcoal, which is going to bind up the parasite urine, the parasite feces, right? And you're going to experience less flare up. But generally, you have to go through it. Also, get my parasite cleansing kit with the capsules and the teas, and keep taking the olive leaf. And listen, if you want to get dangerous, if you want to get real dangerous on them, take take some oregano oil. Take oregano oil with the olive leaf and the parasite cleansing kit and watch what happens. Okay? This is how I heal people from HPV and HSV. Put them through a very, 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 very strong parasite cleanse. Okay? Very good. All right. Wagwan, Wagwan. Welcome back to the healing space. How do we help with our memories? Rosemary. Oh, y'all in the comment section getting hungry. Listen, y'all see the time? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all can't have no food right now. I can get away with it. Okay? I can get away with it because I eat healthy food. A lot of y'all, you had eggs and bacons and cheese and pizza and chicken wings today. You can't have no food at this time. Okay? Celsius energy drink, garbage goddess. No energy drink. Right. Yep. Somebody said the best way to heal anything, I don't use the word cure, is fasting. Yes, fasting is powerful. Okay, fasting will speed up your detox, your healing, everything that you're doing. Fasting is the one, because literally that's a feature that God have designed within the human body to revitalize, to regenerate from anything. So yes, fasting, no question about that. Okay, no question about that. So yeah, listen, don't be thinking that you guys can eat at this time, 3 o'clock in the morning. I can get away with it because I fast very frequently and I eat healthy foods. You see, so I can get away with stuff like this. So, but you know, you had pizza today, you had hot dogs, you had waffles and pancakes and pig's ass bacon. You know, your gut is already full of dead animals, so you can't do this. Okay, so yeah, you're not eligible right now. All right, so let us actually put together some fresh juice. Okay, some fresh juice. All right, some fresh juice here. And these, okay, so these are grapefruits, and we're going to be using the manual press. Okay, we're going to be using the manual press, which I really, really like. Really, really good. What's the shortest of fast you can do? 3 days. Unless you want to do intermittent, but 3 day fast is pretty good to reset your immune system and everything. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with hormonal imbalance? Your adrenal glands. Oh, this is so good. Very good. All right. Time to juice this, right? So this is my manual juice press. Okay, her name is Dark Sapphire. Okay, that's what her name is, Dark Sapphire. You're gonna see why. And don't worry, every single time I use it, I put it back in the box like it just came from Amazon. So you're gonna notice there's a lot of tape on it because I keep retaping it. I don't use it that often, so whenever I'm done with it, I clean it up, I put it back in the box. And also, it's kind of like, it's really good for storage as well. Instead of me just having it over there, I put it back in the box and I put it back in my storage area. But very simple. Okay, her name is Dark Sapphire. Boom. And very simple compartments. There's two compartments basically. Boom. That's it. It's really that simple. So we just need to get a container that can go underneath here to fit, and then we'll be ready to go. So I need a 12-ounce jar. A 12-ounce jar. Okay, we have 12-ounce jar on here. All right. All right, so we're gonna make these grapefruit, and then we're gonna saute the beans with the dinosaur kale, and that's what I'm gonna be eating today. Then I have to get into the sauna. I have to do the trampoline and get into the sauna to move my lymphatic system. So as you can tell, I have to hold myself at the same standard as well. I have to move my lymphatic system every day. Okay, get into the sauna, stay hydrated, right? Drink my green juice. I haven't drank no green juice in like a week because I'm drinking other stuff. Okay, but yeah, you have to maintain your health. All right. So first thing first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up these grapefruits. I need a longer knife though. A smaller knife is not going to do it. Okay. And this is what I actually like about the grapefruit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have before and after results paperwork? Are you talking about people's test result? Yes, I do. I don't post people's result online though. I don't feel like I have to do that to convince people that you can heal from something. Okay. But yes, I do. I have all the medical records. Why not Terminator juicer? I'm not sure what juicer that is. Could dehydrate the leftover skin if you really wanted to. I guess so. Um, because remember, in Jamaica, we do keep like the orange peels and allow them to be dried out, and we make teas from them. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what's funny? That's a fact too. It's like some people will ask me for like medical records and stuff of other people, and while that's not really a problem, right? But I find it so fascinating how even when the people in the white coats give you pills, you don't ask no question, you don't ask for nothing, right? Think about the fact that the people in the white coats have been prescribing pills for various stuff for years, and they've never healed a single person before, but yet y'all never ask them no question about nothing. Y'all just take it whatever they say. You see, because you hold them as like an authority figure in your subconscious mind as what they say goes in that sense. So again, it is a form of a programming, right? Um, I don't post people's medical records on the internet. I mean, I can if I want to because I ask them permission. I can literally just block their name out and post their medical records. But at the same time, why do I need to convince you, go that hard to convince you for? You see? So I'm more focused on the healing principles that should make sense to you. Okay, so yeah, I just don't feel like I should have to go that far. If you don't believe and you want to believe what they told you, then by all means, believe what they told you. You know, so look at that. See what I'm talking about? Like the fact that I get the juice out so much more easier than me having to peel them and cut them up and put them in an electric juicer. You see? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, what kind of press? It's just a juice press. You want to know what's so interesting? I don't remember the brand. Okay, I know that this is one of the best brand because everything is like stainless steel. It's one of the best brand, but oh, oh, there it is. I was about to say that I throw away the original box. This one is called Zulay or Zulay. That's what this one is. Oh, these are juicy. Okay. There we go. Okay, 3 hours. All right, tribe. So here's what. I'm gonna end the live. I'm gonna end the live and start the live back over again. Okay, I think we've been here for like 3+ hours, and Instagram is gonna cut us off at around that time frame. So let me end the live, and we're gonna start again. So you guys can join me back in 1 minute. Okay. How much grapefruit do you drink a day? Generally, I'd say around 4. All right. So join me. If you guys can hear me. Okay, join me back here in 1 minute. Let me just end this live, save it, because Instagram have a time limit. Okay. So let me end it, save it, and we'll be live again. All right. So I'll see you guys in 1 minute. All right. YouTube. I know that YouTube and TikTok we can go live for like a very very long time, basically, but it's like with these other platforms, they guess they have some kind of recording limit to it. So Yeah, basically. Now, for people on YouTube, what you can do, right, is you see like how we have the juice out of the grapefruit? So what you would do now is you can add, say, 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, right? And then you're gonna add half of a key lime or half of a lemon, add 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and you mix that out, and now you have what we call a liver flush. Okay? Now you have a liver flush. All right. Okay. Where is the empty container? All right, so I'm gonna need a container to put the juice in. What is this again? This iron phosphate? All right, Chad, welcome back to the space. Welcome back to the healing space. All right, so it's our first batch of grapefruit juice. It's gonna be quick anyway, so let's get on to making the remaining of the food. So with grapefruits, with oranges, I much rather use this. Easier, faster, better. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. What do you do with the skins of the grapefruit? I mean, I throw them in the trash, but if if I wanted to make composting, then I could have just mixed them with the soil to add as like a fertilizer. But for now, I'm not doing none of that, so these are just going strictly into the trash. Now, did you guys know that the grapefruit seed extract is also antibacterial? Could it work with the grapes? Okay. So here's what. Yes, it could work with the grapes, but you would need to put like a good amount of grapes inside of like a cheesecloth bag, right? Because you have to also be at a certain level for this to be able to compress it. So you're not going to be able to put like a single grape and press it out to get much out of it. But if you put the grapes, like a bunch of the grapes in like a cheesecloth bag and put a cheesecloth bag and press it down, you can extract the juice out of it. Yeah. You can make disinfectant spray with the peel along with bay leaf, cinnamon sticks, and vinegar. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that divine wisdom. That's for sure because the grapefruit seed extract, is antibacterial and it's used to sanitize different things, right? So it makes sense that the peel can be utilized alongside with everything else that you recommend to also make something to clean surfaces and disinfect as a disinfectant. Let's see here. Or apple seed toxic? Yes. So the seed of apple, I think they contain a high level of cyanide. As to why if you eat apple seeds, you know, but it's not as if you eat like a couple of apple seeds, it's gonna do anything for you. It's gonna do anything negative to you. It's like if you eat a certain amount of apple seeds, because I've eaten apples a lot of times and like ate the seeds unintentionally and doesn't do nothing. So, because remember, cyanide, it's certain level of cyanide that will actually give you more like a toxic effect. Is it gonna like kill you? We don't know nobody who died, but it will make you feel sick that something is wrong because you contain too much of the cyanide from the apple seeds, basically. Okay? It's no difference from like ackee. Like ackee in Jamaica, that's why you're not supposed to force open the ackee. If you force open the ackee and eat it, it'll kill you because the level of cyanide is still present. But if you allow the ackee to naturally open on its own, at that point, there's no more cyanide. Okay? So, yeah. What's the best soil to grow fruits and vegetables? What's the best soil? What do you mean? The earth, just planted in the ground. If you're asking me in terms of like what's the best kind of soil to get from Home Depot, I'm not entirely sure because I mean I bought stuff from Home Depot before, but remember I am from the jungle, so most of everything that's farming is just growing on my land, basically. So I'm not that very experienced in like buying soil. I'm not that experienced in buying soil. When I go to Home Depot, I'll just pick up like one or two bag of just around anything, and because yeah, but on my actual property, everything just growing there that we plant. Do you do parasite cleanse, but its own, or you have to do metal cleanse altogether? You do parasite cleanse and you do the parasite cleanse and the colon cleanse together because when you kill the parasites, you have to flush them out of your gut. Okay, the heavy metal cleanse, you can basically, that's going to be the chlorophyll drinks. Okay, so you can do everything together. So you'll have like 16 ounce of natural green juice chlorophyll, which will pull heavy metals, your parasite cleansing tea, your colon cleansing tea, and take activated charcoal the next day to bind up the parasitic debris, parasitic urine, feces, heavy metals. So yeah. Oh, so it looks as if look as if we got 32. So now the seeds out of the grapefruit, the extract from the seed, this is antibacterial and used as disinfectant. Okay? So the grapefruit seeds, gratitude for the love goddess. Yeah. All right. So we're down to the last piece, and then we're gonna focus on. All right. So we're gonna lose the microphone temporarily. Okay, because my device is dying, I gotta plug it in. So you're not gonna hear me that clear anymore for a minute. Okay. Where you from? I'm from Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, far in the mountains, away from civilization. Now I'm in civilization. I find all these technologies that you guys have to be so cool. Like y'all got washing machine. I grew up washing my clothes by the river by hand with a brush. Y'all got electricity, flipping on switches. My grandmother had kerosene oil lamps with the lampshade. You know, y'all got electric stove and gas stove. Like we cook our food on fire coal. We cook our food on fire coal or dry wood. You know, so y'all have TV and all this kind of stuff. We ain't have none of that. We ain't got no electricity. Y'all have flashlights. We had bottle torches. You know, so I'm coming from the era, you know, where we literally live off the land. There was no supermarket. My grandfather grew every single thing that we need. From yam, plantains, banana, sweet potato, onion, tomato, scallion, thyme, everything my grandfather grew. So, yeah. And while you guys get up in the morning and you have a cup of coffee or some kind of tea with sugar in it, I had to drink bitters. Mint tea, bitters, sarsaparilla, mojo herb, senna, all them kind of stuff. That's what I grew up drinking. You see? So, yeah, I'm from a whole nother world. So all of this technological stuff, I do find it kind of cool, but I also see where it robs people of real life experience because you're not really spending your life in the felt presence of immediate experience. For most people, your life have become something you experience through a simulation, through an artificial version of reality, by either staring into a phone or you're playing video games or you're watching movies all day long. You're not actually engaging with life itself. So you're not within the confines of the felt presence of immediate experience. Listen, it's something completely different when you're just out into nature, listening to the waterfalls, listen to the birds singing, looking at the trees swaying in the wind. That's a complete different experience from when you're just at home watching Netflix or playing video games or online scrolling on TikTok. You're not living real life because you're not interfacing with the actual elements of life. I don't think people understand how much of your life, human experience is being robbed away from you because you spend most of your time online, you see, in watching movies. That's the product of somebody else's imagination. You're not even using your own imagination and your own creativity. You see, you're just consuming. You're not a creator anymore. You've been reduced from a creator down to a consumer. And so you're living a life of not much meaning, not much essence, not much feeling, and not much connection. So this is what it means to waste your life. Okay? Okay? The only reason why you see me on social media is simply because this is where y'all spend your time at. And in order for me to connect with you and give you the information that you need, because this is my purpose. This is my purpose. I'm not interested in anything else. Okay? This is what I love to do. You see? So in order for me to connect with you, I have to come into the metaverse. I gotta come on the social media platform and y'all see what I be going through with the censorship and the shadow banning and my accounts deleted and my reach being limited, all this kind of stuff. But I'm still trying my best, right? So that's the only reason why you see me on social media. If not, you would never see me on social media. What am I doing on here? There's so much amazing thing to do in actual life. There's no need for me to have a social media account aside from me doing something purposeful with it. You see, I don't know how y'all are on every social media platform. Like I have people who just on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, they're on Twitter, they're on Snapchat. I'm like, yo, why are you on so much every single platform? What do you got to be on there? And what exactly are you doing on there? You're not doing nothing more than just consuming. So yeah, yeah. But I also see where social media reached to the point where people are now dependent upon social media to the point where it's actually kind of scary. Do you guys remember a couple years ago? Um, do you remember a couple years ago when Facebook had went down and Instagram went down and people started to lose their mind? It's that the whole world came to a standstill. Do y'all remember that? I hope y'all remember that. Okay, I have very good memory, so I can remember just about everything with detail, especially if it's a major event. I remember. But yeah, the whole world felt like it came to a still. People was going crazy. I think people started to go to like depression and anxiety because they have no life. They have no life outside of a Facebook page or Instagram page. You see, it's not real life at the end of the day. I don't think you guys understand. Okay? Social media is not real life. If you're coming on social media, you need to have a purpose as to why you're on there. But just to be on there every day to scrolling, looking, giggling, post and act like that's how you actually are in real life. That's why for most people, when you meet them in real life, it's completely different from the image or the version that they project on the internet. It's not the same energy. You don't get that because they were not being authentic. Because if you think about it, nobody posts what they're really going through in their bad days. People post perfection, what they want you to believe. Right? That's just social media. It is. So you must also have some time where you pull back and live real life. This shit is not real, okay? If the internet goes down or if the power company messed up and the electricity goes down, you mean to tell me that you have no life? You have no identity, no life outside of this? Followers don't mean nothing either. I get to understand that there's people also like they do things online. They're like, yo, follow me. Like they really want followers because I guess it kind of gives them some kind of I don't know, a self of importance. That's not real life. Okay, it is not real life. So find meaning. You need to find meaning in living actual life and doing real things instead of staring into a screen and posting pictures or even posting lustful content because because you want to get a lot of likes and stuff like that. It psychologically fucks you up mentally slowly, and you don't realize what's happening to you until you wake up one morning and Facebook is down and all of a sudden you have no identity, you have no self-importance, you have no connection in real life, and now you're depressed. Now you keep checking back to see if Facebook is back up, to see if Instagram is back up again. You can't function, you're going crazy. That shit is not normal. Okay? And that's why whenever I have children, first of all, they will be on no cell phones. Okay? My kids will not be on no cell phones until they're probably at least 16 years old. Okay? No cell phones. No television. For what? No tablet in the corner to be playing no games on no tablet. They got books they can read. They can go sit and meditate. They can go outside and build something with their hands or farm or learn real skills, cultivate their gifts. Not all this bullshit. Cartoons, a whole bunch of cartoons. Anime is cool. Anime is cool because anime really be teaching you shit. Okay? Because most, as you can tell, anime is kind of derived off the 5 elements and everything. Okay, but no, I'm going to be growing my kids completely different. All right? So hopefully some of y'all will start to raise your kids properly, so at least when my kids grow up, they have like-minded individuals to interact with, and not these brainwash, that like social media follower dependent people on the internet. That shit mentally deteriorates people. So there's so much that's wrong with society. I don't want to say the world. The world is perfect. It's the societies inside of the world that's backwards and retarded. But for everybody, this is all normal. Right? All normal, right? I know. For you. It's all normal for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, build, plant, and do it yourself. Absolutely, goddess. Absolutely. So we need to reground ourselves back into reality again. We've gone too far into this artificial lifestyle, synthetic lifestyle. Okay? Too much. You ever heard the saying too much of anything is not good? Yeah. All right, so basically I end up with a full 32 ounce of grapefruit juice. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pour back some of that. Mm, wow. This is good. It's very strong though. Very strong. It's like sweet, but it's like very tangy. It's very tangy as well. Like pungent tangy. Yeah. Anyway, mission accomplished. Very tangy, very, very tangy. And it's good. And this is what I'm talking about, the fact that your body's meant to interact with different flavor profiles, not just sugar. Okay, not just sugar and salt. Notice when you go into the supermarket, everything is either salty or sugary. So now they have you between both spectrum, both the extreme spectrum. Salt, sugar, salt, sugar, salt, sugar. But you need pungency, you need tangy, you need bitter, you need spicy. You see? You need sour. All of it the body needs. All right, so let us actually put everything back where we found it. As you already know, I like to put everything back the way it was. Boom. Like it was never here. Like it was never here. And there we go. All right. All right. So let us actually finish cooking what we say that we're cooking. Okay. So we're gonna get into the process right now. Let me go check up on the beans. Well, not even yet. Let's cut up our vegetables first. See what we got. Okay. All right. So we got one more bunch of kale. Oh damn! I forgot I even got oyster mushroom up in here. Oyster mushroom. We could do something, but you know what? I'm gonna leave the oyster mushroom for now. We're gonna leave the oyster mushroom for now. Okay, we got tomatoes and a last piece of onion. All right, so I have one more bunch of the dinosaur kale. We got piece of good papaya from yesterday that was left over. I'm gonna let that cool down a little bit. All right. We're also gonna be doing some parasite cleanse really quick. We're gonna do some parasite cleansing tea, wormwood cleansing tea. Then we're gonna get into sauteing the rest of these beans with the dinosaur kale, and we're gonna have that with the fonio that we already cooked. Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put on the water to boil for the parasite tea. All right, so the water boil. So now we're gonna do, we're gonna put the parasite tea and wormwood tea. Get that done. Just like last night, because remember, we've been doing this for the last 4 nights straight, right? So consistency is key. Not doing something today, tomorrow make up an excuse, and the other day, consistency is key. So we're gonna keep drinking what? The parasite tea, parasite celery tea, and the wormwood tea, and we're drinking this every day. 2 of these every single day. Alongside the capsules that I'm taking, I'm also gonna be taking my oregano oil, okay, and other stuff, and fennel seed oil as well. Right, so let's get this done as the water is boiling up. And this is the parasite celery tea. If you're interested in getting in a parasite cleanse, which I strongly recommend that you do, here's the tea. For everybody on YouTube, here's the tea. Here's the parasite celery tea. All right? And the parasite tea and the capsules, that's what you need. Somebody said, do you go to the doctor at all? Um, I do blood work and stuff like that, like yearly, basically, but that's just about it. That's just about it. So so basically the last time I went to the doctor and did blood work, the doctor was so amazed, like at like how perfect like everything is. I'm like, yeah, gotta flex on you real quick, you know? Gotta flex on you real quick. That's what my cousin would say in New York. I had to flex on him, bro. Yeah. Basically, basically. All right, so parasite tea, then we're gonna do wormwood tea. This is wormwood. If you need wormwood, check the website. We got a lot of wormwood. Also, when you get in wormwood, also get olive leaf. Okay, we have olive leaf on the website as well. Okay, yeah. I ain't been to the doctor since I came across Alkaline Jungle 2 years ago. I mean, honestly, if you're really eating properly, right, and you're cleansing out your colon, cleansing your blood, and keeping your body clean, and you're not outside like having unprotected sex, generally there's nothing there that's gonna happen to you. Okay, the only danger you have is if you eat foods, bad foods, right, and you get sick, or you take the jab, or you take any kind of a injection from them people, and otherwise from that, or if you outside, you know, having sex with people unprotected, if you're not doing none of that, you're good. You don't got nothing to worry about. You see, you're always going to be healthy. Just eat clean, nurture your temple, do the proper maintenance of detoxing and cleansing out your system, okay, and protect your sexual energy. You'll be fine. What olive leaves are good for? Goddess, you're gonna have to replay this live. We already went through a whole another build, so I'm kind of already past that at this point. So you can go back to this live, or the one or the live before this. So wormwood, ready. I haven't felt sick since the parasite cleanse. Let's see here. Exactly. I have not fallen sick since parasite and colon cleanse, along with 100% plant-based diet has done me wonders. Absolutely, brother. So from this point on, just keep nourishing the temple. Next, step into your meditation and just watch yourself transform into a greater version of yourself that you didn't even knew existed. Literally. I don't think people realize that being born in this kind of a society that's already been hijacked by these kind of satanic pedophiles, it's like you don't know what it's like to wake up inside of a healthy body. They stole from us all that experience because the moment we got into the reality, they're giving everybody injections and vaccines and processed shit and poison, slowly poisoning people. So, to be honest, most of us, we've never experienced what it feels like to wake up inside of a true, healthy, clean body that is not contaminated with some kind of a substance. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why don't you try to experience to see what that feels like before you die? At least stop eating the filthy foods that society told you is normal, that they told you that is good for you, and go back to eating what comes directly from nature and watch and see how your body feel completely different. Because now you're consuming what was a part of the natural design of the cosmic order. So your body, your organs, your glands is going to work how they were designed to work. It's kind of like, okay, think of it in a sense like this, right? I want you to think about it in this kind of a sense. Hold on. Let me get some microphone back on here. All right, so I want you to think about it in a sense like this. So, okay, so imagine you go and you buy a foreign car right now, right? You go and you buy a foreign car, and let's say that you didn't read the manual. Let's say you got the foreign car, you never read the manual, you're like, yo, I got places to go, I got things to do, I ain't got no time for that. So you jump in your foreign car, you drove, then you realize that you need some gas, right? You pull up to the gas station, and you pull up to the pump like everybody else, right? And you put some 87, okay? You put some 87 inside of your whip when you're driving, and it's like there's no significant problem there, right? There's no significant problem. You're going to and from, you're going to and from, and then eventually, a couple years after, your engine failed, and you're like, yo, like, what's going on? It's not working properly. When you bring your car, your foreign car, back to the mechanic and they open it up, they realize that the fuel injectors are clogged, right? Because this specific engine was designed for 93, not 87, because 87 is more like dirtier, it's more like a dirtier gas. It's not that filtered that well, right? And you have a higher performance engine in your foreign car, so it needs the 93, which is filtered to be like the most pure state of gas. But you didn't read the manual. So let's just say that now that you know, now that you know that, hey, for this particular kind of vehicle and how the engine is designed, the manufacturer recommend that it's best for, for me to use 93. Now you start to put 93 that it was designed for. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get a higher performance out of your engine. Now your car going to start moving on a whole different feeling. You're like, wow, I never know that this is how this could feel. Because what happened, you were putting in a dirtier kind of a gas instead of an engine that was more optimized for a more thinner, smoother kind of a fuel. This is what have happened to all of us. We don't know what it's like to wake up inside of a healthy body because we've been living in a contaminated vessel based off following the recommendation of the puppet masters that's been telling people to eat more animals and more processed food and pre-workout supplement. Notice in every area of life, it's people following what somebody else says. Is it? So what I'm saying now you recognize that you've been living a whole lie. Your dietary standards is designed by people who rape kids, right? You realize that these people are demons. So now you realize that that's why they did that. They had to put you on a certain kind of diet that keep you sick and lower your consciousness so that they can keep feeding off the children, and you won't suspect nothing. You won't rebel or nothing because what? You're in such a state that you don't even feel no sense of urgency against nothing. You're just so whatever they say, you know. They have to medicate you. That's what they do to animals on farms. They medicate them. That was what the fluoride in the water does. They've been medicating you the whole time. The processed sugar, the artificial flavor, the artificial color, those are chemicals medicating you. They know what they do to your glands and your mental state and your consciousness. They know. You think it's a game. Oh, bro, I'm just having one Snicker bar, bro. You do too much. We all gonna die anyway, bro. I'm gonna just have a chip. I'm gonna just eat it in moderation. They already got you. You're a puppet. See? Even your very reaction is a byproduct of the fact that they've already brought you to that state of thinking. So even that thought process that you're having about, oh, I'm gonna just eat in moderation. I know it's bad for me, but everything is in moderation. That's a program that prevents you from escaping the chains of your own limitation. So you see, you bought over into a programmable thought in your mind to be comfortable within the confines of your cage. And there you go. Okay, eat in moderation. Okay, we all gonna die anyway. Keep eating your filth. So y'all don't understand how deep this is because you're in a deep layer of MK Ultra. Then have the audacity to come on my post on the internet talking about, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about because I have a master degree. What's his qualification to talk about this subject? Okay, your very education is the byproduct of the Rockefeller Foundation of how they make puppets. And so basically, Rockefeller is your God. He's your God that creates your perception and your reality for you. And he said, I need a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. Now look at you. Look at you coming on the internet, going crazy in my comment section because I'm trying to help you to save yourself, to not keep engaging in slow motion suicide. And you're so programmed that you've made me the enemy of your story. All of a sudden, I've become the villain of your life. Yet I've never met you, never caused you any harm, never touched you, never seen you, nothing. I'm a total stranger that some of you probably will never even meet. And yet you made me a villain in your story because I'm saying something that you disagree with, because what I'm saying is outside of the confines of your conditioning and what they've taught you to believe. You suffer from a deep level of cognitive dissonance. You see? So you start to get defensive against new information and anything that goes against your conditioning. And that's why Morpheus says that some of these people are not ready to be unplugged. They're so hopelessly dependent upon the system that they will fight to protect it. That's you. That's so many of y'all talking about you got master degree and bachelor degree. Who gives a shit about that? You think because they put your name on a piece of paper, it only means that you're programmable. You're a stooge who follows orders, who don't think for themselves, and you regurgitate everything they tell you. That's what that degree is about, with your name on it. It's saying that, oh, this one is very programmable, follow orders, listen, and absorb all the inherited beliefs of what we told him. So here's a certificate for being so programmable. Here's a certificate for being such an agent, for being such a mental slave. Now go out there and work for a corporation for the rest of your life for 60 years, and we'll let you retire with a 401k, and that's all there is to your life. You become a worthless skin suit. But let me ask you, is that what God intended for you? Remember, you have a purpose. Holding a job position at corporate is not your real life purpose. That's capitalism. You got captured by capitalism and working in corporate. That's not your God-given purpose. That's what they talk about. They say that salary is something that they give you to forget your dreams. And that is a fact. Salary is something that they give you to forget your dreams. Never once you thought that, hey, what is my actual purpose? So now you're there battling up the corporate ladder, fighting everybody else. Everybody's fighting for a promotion. It's very demonic. Okay, very demonic. But I'll let you have that. That's normal for you, right? Okay. And it's so crazy how people never even understand that even their graduation was a ritual. You perform a whole ritual on your graduation. A scroll in your hand, a whole medallion with a gown on, the square cap, the talus going from left hemisphere to right hemisphere of your brain, with a degree, which is the highest order in Freemasonry. You went through a whole ritual called a graduation. So it goes to show you that most of y'all are just blind. Again, you don't understand how reality works. You see? You're operating from a low level of limited perception of what you think is reality and what's real. But you're just somebody else's pawn. They make the rules, they put you on a hamster wheel, and you just been running for a long time. Yeah. Wagwan, wagwan. One love, big up yourself. Yeah. All right. All right, so my water is almost boiled, and now we're gonna put together the wormwood tea. So I only have remaining the yellow bell pepper, which I'm adding in, And I have red bell pepper. And look at the smallest piece of onion that I got left. And I really like a lot of onion. But that's what I got left, so we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So this is the wormwood. So again, consistency, all right? Consistency. So we're gonna stay on it. So I'm gonna have this tonight. I'm gonna do around 25 minutes on my rebounder. Get in the sauna. Okay, I'm about to get in the sauna so I can sweat. Then tomorrow I get up, I have my activated charcoal. And I may potentially pick up some celery tomorrow and make some green juice, basically. Make some green juice. And see, that's why I like having one of these small kettles that make the water so fast. Because instead of me putting on the fire and waiting for the water to boil, one of these with my French press, it makes stuff faster, easier, and yeah, faster and easier. All right, so that's done. That's done. All right, so let's finish cutting up the remaining of this red pepper. I'm paying attention. Go ahead and ask me a question. Yeah, how's my battery running down so quick? Like I was just at 30%. I'm at 23 already. Like 7% battery goes that quick. I don't have any app running in the background, so I don't know. I don't know. All right, so I would love to have more onion, and I mean, I was thinking about going upstairs and go look for like an onion, but can't be bothered. So I'm just use a little piece of onion, but I actually really like a lot of onion. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. It is what it is. Because I also have onion powder, so I probably can just put a good amount of onion powder in there to like make it up in a sense. But I'm an onion person though, tell you the truth. Like I really like onions. Real bad. And this is all I got. This is all I got. And I like to have scotch bonnet peppers too. I don't have no scotch bonnet peppers, like hot peppers. So I think I'm gonna just add a good amount of cayenne in there to like bring up the heat profile, because yeah. I'm a fire sign in Vedic astrology, so you know I like spicy food. All right. Oh, garlic. I almost forget the garlic. Can't forget the garlic. I was about to say, like, I know that there has to be something else that needs to go in here. Okay, hold on. Yep. Get your kids up out of them schools. All right. So keep in mind that there's three type of school. There is public school, private school, and mystery school. Right? So private school is for slaves. Okay, so everybody who go to private school is being trained to go work for corporate or work a job for the rest of their life. Right? Then the people who wants better for their children, who understand that how the game is rigged, they send their kids to private school. So their kids learn everything about investment and all, like a whole nother curriculum which puts them ahead of everybody who goes to public school. Okay? And then a mystery school, or the people who send their kids to go learn about metaphysics. Okay? So that is how society works. So for most of y'all, you went to public school yourself, and you've been sending your kids to public school because you think that it's normal. All right. So get your kids up out of there. Okay. Homeschool your children. Homeschool your children. Yeah. I feel you, goddess. I really like me some onions too. Like I'm so tempted to go upstairs to go get an onion from one of the floors. How does it all can be how okay, okay, I see. What's the treatment for painful periods and bloating? Goddess, red clover will help you for with painful periods and bleeding. Also, uva ursi. Just a question: do you help heal HIV? Doesn't matter what it is. The mechanic of the human body. Doesn't matter what it is. Heal everything. Okay. Does not matter what it is. And once you understand the principles of how the body works, you would come to this awareness as well. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes to heal from it or from it all? Are you willing to fast for long periods of time? Are you willing to stop consuming animal products? Discard the diet that you grew up on, which you thought was real? Are you willing to let it all go? If you are, you can heal from anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Will it be easy? No. But will you get the result you're looking for if you stay consistent and put the work in and love yourself? Yes. Okay. Just like anything else, you join the gym, you gotta have willpower, consistency, and workout, right? Same thing. You want to heal, you have to go through the process. Move your lymphatic system daily, eat proper foods, proper fasting, clean your colon, clean your blood, clean your kidney, clean your liver, move your lymph, removal of parasites from the body, speaking healthy affirmations over yourself, declare yourself healed as well. Words is powerful. Okay, words is powerful. See, what people have not understand, okay? The people in the white coats pretend to be what a healer is. As I said to you before, everybody is born gifted with their own gifts and purpose. Just like how some of y'all can sing, you can write, you can dance, you can build things, you can paint, and nobody else can do what you can do as good as you can do it, because that is your gift. Okay, that God have blessed you with that unique gift. Okay, a person who is a healer, in a sense, is a person who is born with a certain level of energy or nurturing energy and a certain connection to that body of work. Okay, is a person that's born with like a higher level of empathy, or like an empath as well. They feel other people's pain, they feel other people's suffering, even if they don't want to. It just naturally happens. Okay, so back in the days, people used to have to travel. They used to travel to far places or distant land to find somebody that has the knowledge or the wisdom of how to heal them from a certain condition. See? But these days, what you have is the people in the white coats that are more like imposter. They pretend to be what a healer is, but they don't have the love, they don't have the compassion, they don't have a healing energy, they don't have a nurturing energy, they don't have no wisdom. So is that they're all operating from a book, from a textbook, and what they were taught to believe in. They're all operating off the same basis, but they don't have that inner core essence of energy for this kind of a work. That's why they don't have no wisdom. You see, it's not something that you can learn in a book. You have to be born with that energy. So this is the reason why we end up in this predicament that we're in today, where same diseases are still around. People popping pills, nobody being healed. And a lot of people, some of y'all are healers, but guess what? You're not showing up to live in your purpose. That's what it is. Some of you're not showing up to live in your purpose because you're lost. You're out here just lost, getting caught up in everything else, and not once do you say to yourself like, "Yo, what am I here for? Is there a deeper meaning of my existence?" So some of y'all, you're gifted, heavenly gifted, and you have a more divine purpose, but you're so disconnected from yourself to where you don't show up. So if you don't show up for yourself, you also don't show up for others that you were supposed to help, or others who are going to who are going to need you. You see? And now we're left with a world full of imposters out there that's just getting into the medical industry because it pays a lot of money. 90% of people get into the medical industry because it pays good, not because they naturally feel a love and a magnetic pull towards helping others and assisting people. They don't have that nurturing energy. Why do you think so much people get abused by nurses and you get certain kind of attitude and energy from them? You don't get no welcoming energy because they don't have it. They're just at that job on the clock to get paid. Okay? So they don't really give a fuck about you at all. Like really. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You can be like, oh my God, that's so sad. I can't believe. It is what it is. All right. So this is the last this is the last batch of Dino Kale. Last batch of Dino Kale. So we're gonna get some water up in here. Okay, 18%. Yep. People who are empath feel a natural responsibility for others. They feel other people's pain. They feel other people's suffering. Okay? They naturally try to help and assist others because that's what feels natural to them. Okay? They don't do things for compensation, for money, or for praise. They do it because that's what naturally feels right for them to do. They gain fulfillment, right, by being able to assist others. That's their purpose. That's what makes them feel good. You see? Not for monetary value. That's the difference. Like, let me ask you a question. Do you guys know the amount of people that have emailed me, wanted me to come on their podcast and all this kind of stuff? You notice it? Notice how you don't see me amongst any group of people being on no podcast or being around, right? Because I protect my energy and I can see people. I can see everything that's going on. Notice I kind of stay in my own lane, right? Yeah. Because most of them they're fake. Okay, they're fake. because health has become very trendy and everybody's trying to get in on it to make some money and just about money for them. All right, so I have apple cider vinegar. hmm Basically, and that's what the internet has facilitated now, where everybody want clout. Okay, so I added white vinegar. I added white vinegar. I add apple cider vinegar, and I added the lemon juice. Okay, let it soak for a little bit. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add everything in the pot now. I'm gonna add everything in the pot. I do have a little bit of oil left in here from what I was frying. And just I was frying bananas earlier, so I have 2 little pieces of like banana things in here. Okay, where is the oil? Where is the oil? All right, whatever. So we're gonna drop these in. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And now, okay. And now I need a little bit of avocado oil. I've seen it earlier, but I don't see no more. Like, I don't even finish a whole bottle of avocado oil. Like, for real? Is it, I don't recall. I don't recall. I mean, I have a whole other bottle here, but I don't recall finishing the other bottle. But I don't see it at the same time. Okay. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. You're just alkaline jungle guy. What does that mean? What does that mean, Goddess? Oh, what in the world are you? Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. I'm a private person. Okay, so I'm just here to share the knowledge and the wisdom that can benefit others. So, yeah, just very private. So you can just call me that for now. That's okay. I come on the internet for a purpose, not for like what some people create like accounts and create a whole personality around being on the internet and their personal life and all that kind of stuff. I'm very intentional and purposeful, so I kind of focus on that, nothing else. Yeah. Okay, what kind of oil? What kind of oil? What kind of oil do you use to fry the bananas? I actually use the very same avocado oil. So avocado oil, that's what I use. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna add some turmeric. So what I like to do, as per usual, I like to burn my turmeric. So now I explained it last night why I like to burn the turmeric because it sort of activates the flavor. Okay. Do you go to farmers market? Yes, I do.
I do go to farmers market, but I also do plant and grow everything on my farm as well. But I'm just not close to my farm right now.
right?
So, so right now our farm is basically supplying the community. So we sell peppers, tomatoes, yams, coconut sheen, all sort of stuff. Okay, so I put some turmeric powder. Smells so good. So I'm doing the turmeric. Oh damn, I had more. Okay, I totally forgot about this. Now I gotta add even a little bit more. Okay, so let that burn for a little bit, and it's gonna activate the flavor.
I can't wait for the Retreat Village to be ready. For sure. Once the Retreat Village is ready, I'm going to make an announcement, and you guys can definitely come to Jamaica to have the healing experience. Just understand that, yeah, supermarket around, none of that. Okay, and
It's a very
strict protocol. Very strict protocol. Every morning,
early. We can get up and walk around the property, which is a couple miles well around. Okay, we're gonna get a thermal bath, sauna, um,
rebounder, sauna, rebounder, meditation. Okay, very extreme bitter herbs as well. Okay, so yeah, it is a very intensified healing experience. If you know you're gonna come and complain about can't having sugar and all of that, and don't come. Okay, don't come. This is serious stuff. What temperature burned the turmeric? I'm not entirely sure. Just I mean medium heat. Medium heat is fine. Medium heat is fine. So I'm not when I say burn the turmeric, I'm not asking you to burn it until it's black. Okay, you just allow the hot oil to kind of like interact with the turmeric for like a minute or two, and then you kind of like just stir it around, add all the other seasonings, and add everything in there. Okay, it's just to activate the turmeric, and the flavor becomes more like potent. Like, yeah, okay. Yes, I'm ready to come to the retreat to relive my island life growing up. Yeah, yes, raw food is better, and also the reason why I end up creating like such a big farm on the Healing Retreat Village is because I want you guys to have the experience to where like if you get up tomorrow morning and you want to drink like a jelly coconut, you can go pick it yourself. Okay, I can smell the turmeric now. Okay, like I literally smell the turmeric. Once I smell the turmeric, I know that okay now it's time. So it's activated. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to reduce the heat. Okay, reduce the heat. And by reducing the heat, I'm allowing the peppers to release their juices to create more like a gravy. Okay? To create more like a gravy. Now I'm gonna cut up my tomatoes in there to give it more like a gravy like consistency. So yes, on the Retreat Village, we have basically planted everything around you. So it's kind of like you're somewhat like all the cabins are like in the middle, but you can walk in any direction and you can find everything growing there. Tomatoes, onion, tomato, cabbages. There's mango trees. You can pick mango. Okay, we've planted all different kind of varieties of mangoes as well. So enough fruits and everything is gonna be there where you can just harvest and just pick your food, grown organically, no pesticide, no trash on it, and you have everything there for you to cook and eat. Okay, no supermarket, no going to no shops. We have a natural spring nearby. You can go by the natural spring to go catch your water and drink your water. So, yeah. All right, now I'm going to add in the tomato. And the tomato is going to increase the sauce in it. All right. My next goal is to make, I want to make the whole entire Ritchie Village like solar panels. Okay? That's the ultimate to make everything solar panels. So don't need no grid of nothing. We have natural water from the spring on our property already. We'll make everything solar. Okay, this is perfect. All right. So now what I'm gonna do, now it's time to season it. Okay, we're gonna season up everything now. So now I'm gonna add in salt. Okay. Okay, what else I need? So we have sea salt. So we're gonna need garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, just a little bit, kind of figure out how strong it is now. Basil, black pepper, cayenne pepper, thyme, okay? And I mean, pimento, nah, we're not gonna put no pimento in this one. Pimento is not the vibe here. All right, so I'm gonna go add a little bit of thyme. Okay, just enough, nothing too crazy. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, so the oregano, as I've learned, it's a little bit of oregano. This oregano is so strong, like you don't want to overpower the food. Okay, that's good. So a little bit of oregano to give it a little bit of right? Basil, same thing. You don't gotta go too crazy with the basil. Go light with the basil. Garlic powder. We already have plenty of garlic in there, so we're just gonna give a light dash of the garlic powder. All right, onion powder. I can go a little bit with the onion powder because I didn't have enough onion anyway. I had a small piece of onion, so I can, you know, I can flex with the onion powder right now. The hottest cayenne pepper in the world, which you're gonna get from our website. The hottest cayenne pepper in the world, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna put a little bit more because you know I'm a heavy fire sign as well. So black pepper, just a little bit, nothing too crazy, just to kind of make the flavor pop. Okay, you just want the flavor to like pop on your taste buds. That's what we're looking for. That's just about everything. Y'all know I don't gotta taste it. Okay? Don't ask me how much did you put in it. When the ancestors say stop, that's simply what I did. Okay? Mix that around. Smelling sensational already, as it should. Damn, I'm running out of battery already. Hold up. Hold up. Discord, I'll post the link to the Discord in my story once we get off live, but yeah, the Discord is up and running. All right, this smells so good. So here's what. Now we're gonna go get the beans. Okay, we're gonna get the beans now. That's already been boiled. Yo, these taste so good. Wow. They're giant beans. These are so good. Wow. Like, look at them. Listen, they taste so good by themselves. Like, perfection. And they're not overcooked, just perfectly. I soaked these overnight. If you joined me on last night live, you remember when we put them inside of the mason jar to soak. So no, on a butter bean. Then call them giant. Then call them giant bean. Me that look for the packaging so I can show you, but them here come from Greece. So good. Wow. Like literally, you can just eat them just like this. So good. All right. Scrape them out in a pot now. And it's crazy. Listen, it's crazy the amount of beans that I got out of that. It didn't even look that crazy, but they got so big when they're boiled. Okay. Store this around now, and I'll cover it and allow the beans to soak up that seasoning, basically. Okay, let me see if I can give you guys like a quick little sneak peek of it. Hold up. Let me see if I can give you a quick little sneak peek. Okay? I know y'all probably want to see what it looks like. You see that? Okay, can y'all see that? Okay, YouTube. I know YouTube camera is much more better than IG camera, so you guys can see with more clarity. But yeah, okay? Looking mighty good already, all right? Mighty good already. So what I'm gonna do now is still on low heat, and we're gonna allow the beans to basically soak up, okay? Allow the beans to now soak up the seasonings and the flavor, and then we're gonna add in the dino kale, which is gonna come in to make it pop, okay? Wow, perfect. Honestly, it doesn't even need to do nothing more to it. Like I can literally just eat it like this the way it is. Perfect. Perfection. All right. I'm impressed. It's seasoned to perfection, the right amount of salt, right amount of pepper. It's spicy, but it's not overpowering. It's like just dancing on your taste buds. Like, yeah, perfection. All right, mission accomplished. All right, so Gonna let that simmer on low heat, and then we're gonna sort out the kale now. All right. All right. So now we have the dino kale, and so what we're going to do is we're gonna remove the leaves from the stem because it tends to be very. Some parts of the stem tends to be like very tough, so we want to strip away the kale from those tough parts because it's no point cooking the tough part of the kale when you can't really chew it. This is my second time the stove stopping without my permission. What's going on here? I tell you can stop, like what? This digital stove is disobeying my orders. You see what happened with this AI shit? It's not really that is AI really, but you just have like a digital interface, but it be disobeying my orders. Like what was that about? What's that about? Like so I end up getting one of them what I have is one of them like thin stovetop, so it's like very thin and it's electric, so my counter space is like very like the way I designed my counter space. I didn't want nothing too massive on it because